Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today let's solve let the lead code question. The description of the question is as follows that we were given a list of 24-hour clock time points in hour minute format and we need to return the minimum minutes difference between any two time points in the list. Okay, so that's the question that's given to us. So let me just write this out. We need to find out the minimum or let me just write some other point. We need to find the minimum minutes difference between any two time points that are provided within the vector. So that's what we need to proceed with doing further. So first of all, let me just write a helper function. What this helper function will be doing is int helper string s or string time. It will take a 24-hour time format, and 24-hour time format as specified is given in the format of hour colon minute. So I'll just call hours will be having it indices time of 0 and time of 1, right? So at time of 0 and time of 1, to get the decimal values, what I'll do over here is I'll subtract 0 from here to get corresponding decimal value of 0, in the sense that currently time of 0 would be character, but if I subtracted the same ASCII value of the character 0, then that would give me decimal value 0. In the similar way here, I'll just make it time of 1 minus 0. Also, you knew that we instead of adding this way, this should be going to the tens place, this should be going to the ones place. So in order to specify that this should be going to tens place, I need to multiply here this with 10. In the similar way, I'll call minute as well. I'll call menu, and here time of 2 will be the column, so this would be time of 3 and this would be time of 4. So this helper function will be converting the given time format into minutes. So we knew that hour has 60 minutes, so hour into 60 plus menu. So that's how it should work. And I'm pretty sure you might have understood why I'm using this helper function. So basically this helper function will take a 24-hour time format and it converts it into specified minutes or current minutes of a day, and it will give that value. So that value I could use for finding out the minimum difference between any 2 points, minimum minutes difference between any 2 points. So I'll just call vector int processed. So this will be a vector that will be storing the processed time formats into minutes. So I'll just iterate through all the elements within the time points, and I'll just call that's processed dot pushback helper of element. So I'm pretty sure you might have understood what's happening here. So auto is a keyword that helps in bounding the element to the same data type that's present within the vector. So here element would be string, and this ampersand represents the reference wherein within this loop, if any change is made to that string, that change will be persisted outside the loop as well. But without this ampersand, if I modified anything within the loop, that change won't be persisted outside. So after happening this, or after having this done, what I'll do is I'll sort the process based on the minutes of the day. So that will be helping me to find out a minimum difference between any 2 points, right? Because if I haven't sorted this, then I couldn't find the minimum between any 2 points. But if I sorted this, then the current index and the next index would be always separated with minimum difference. Then only that will be sorted, right? So in that case, I could compute somehow. So I'll just call size to be, or n to be processed dot size, and int answer to be int maximum. I'm initializing it with maximum. I'll just tell you one thing. So whenever you need to find the minimum value, initialize answer with maximum value. Whenever you need to find the maximum value, initialize answer with minimum value. So I'll start from index 1 and till n I plus plus. So my answer would be minimum of answer and processed of I minus I minus 1. So I'm sure you might have understood why this is happening. So this is already sorted. So any two adjacent elements difference would be minimum when compared to that element to the adjacent to adjacent element. So in the other sense, if those are sorted, so I'm just specifying that this is a sorted vector. So in this case, to find the minimum difference between any two intervals, we just need to process this and this. We are not concerning about this element and this element because these are separated with one element apart. So that specifies that either these two or these two will be giving me minimum difference, but these two won't be providing me minimum difference because there's one element in between. So I'll just try returning the answer. I'm pretty sure first test case would be failing, but remaining all should be passing. So why first test case is failing is here. It's 11:59, that's night, and this is 12, and that's morning. So in this case, we aren't processing that. We are just specifying that the difference between these two. So in the other sense, what I'm specifying is I'm doing morning 12 to this one, night 12 or current day 12 to next day 11:59. So that gives me 14:39. So in that case, to just remove this error, what I'll do is answer equals to minimum of answer of 1440 minus, why 1440? Because in the day there are 1440 minutes minus processed of n minus 1. So that gives me the time difference. That gives me the time difference or the relative time from the current day to that time interval plus processed of 0. This should work fine. I'll just try running this out. Yes, it's working fine. So what I'm doing is I'm just benchmarking this and finding the number of minutes processed of n minus 1 need to add up to, so to reach the end of the day, and from reaching end of the day to the next day, I'm just process 0 is the minutes required, so I'm just adding these both. I'll just try submitting this out. Yes, it's working fine as expected. To fairly reduce the time taken, I'll specify my C++ compiler not to import any libraries from C. That will be helping me to take input or give output anything to the terminal. So I'll just specify my cin.i should be null. Similarly, cout.i should be null. I'll just try running this out. It should work fine as expected. I'll just try submitting this out. So currently 11 milliseconds is there. It should fairly decrease and 3 milliseconds. So we bet 99.58% people with our complexity. That's a lot good. Feel free to add anything in the comment section if you think anything is unclear. Thanks a lot for watching the video.